Hey, welcome to a Krav Maga training series. Today we're covering advanced level techniques, namely weapons. If you're not an advanced level student, don't worry about it. You can still follow along and train with us. If you look around your house, spend a few minutes, I'm sure you'll find some great weapons, and some of the best weapons are available to me right here in my kitchen. Bang! 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 Boom! Boom! Bang! 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 Okay, but let's start empty-handed. Today's Krav Maga technique is going to be a technique against a blunt object. It could be anything. It could be a stick, it could be a pan, it could be a pizza roller. We're in the kitchen, we're going to use the pizza roller. There are 4 components to our Krav Maga defense against a blunt object. We'll demonstrate them. The first one is a redirection. The next one is a counter. Then we have control, and at some point we have a disarm. We're going to break each one of those down separately. Your first component is the redirection. Here's the basic idea. The attacker is looking to strike down right towards the center of your head, right? So as the strike is coming towards my head, one of the most important things that I will need to do is move my head out of the way. As I move my head out of the way, I'm going to take my arm in a straight line and look to redirect the incoming strike. So if we go nice and slow, the whole thing will look like this. Let's reset. Let's do it one more time. Good. Excellent. Now aim to take that straight to the center of my head. Nice and slow. I am moving my head out of the way, but forward, right? So I want my momentum to be inward. And once I move my head, the strike is coming straight down, I move my head out of the way and I replace that with my arm. When I make this defense with my arm, it's a straight line, no angles are being presented to the incoming strike. One more time, nice and slow. That's my motion, even without knowing me facing you guys. Shh. That's my motion. Shh. That's the motion that we want to make. Cool? Okay, let's move on to step number 2. Next step, we're going to add our counter. So I move my head out of the way and make my redirection. My opposite hand simultaneously is going to look to make a punch. One more time, nice and slow. And I'm setting myself up for step number 3. But let's break down step number 2. I make my redirection. As my arm shoots out, the opposite hand is going to look to make a punch. From this side, knowing me, here's my redirection. Here's my punch. One more time, nice and slow. Bam. One more time, nice and slow. Bam. And you'll see my body momentum already coming forward. I'm not looking to redirect and back away. I am looking to enter with both my defense and my attack. Step number 3 is my control. Here's step number 1, here's step number 2. Now that I've entered, I'm going to collapse against the arm, catch it nice and tight right underneath my armpit, try to squeeze as much as I can and hold it in place. My hand is going to clamp right behind the elbow itself, and now I'm in a good control position to deliver additional strikes. This is my step number 3. So let's reset. And by the way, I call it steps 1, 2, and 3. In reality, it's all flowing together, right? So here's the flow, nice and slow. Once I'm in this position, step number 3 includes the counters as well, right? So I'm controlling and I'm giving counters. Bam, bam, bam. When I sense that my opponent is nice and soft, I can move on to step number 4, the disarm. Step number 4, the disarm. Once I'm here and I've given my counters and I sense that I can make a takeaway, I'm going to look to slide my hand right along the attacker's forearm and reach right behind the hand and pull the object, in this case the pizza roller, away. Chances are that the attacker will be holding it in such a position where a portion of this weapon is exposed. That's what I'm looking to clamp on with. So if you look at Noemi's hold, she's holding in a firm grip. I'm looking to clamp on the backside of this pizza roller. So again, nice and slow. Bomb, collapsing, control, give counters. My takeaway is gonna look to grab this portion of the weapon. I am not bypassing that and looking to grab the top. I'm gonna pull it straight from here, and as I pull it, I can also give a little bit of a push. That's step number 4, your takeaway. Now that you work the technique a little bit, you're gonna try to work all those steps together, blend them together. You can still go slow, keep breathing, stay relaxed, nice and slow. Try to get the body mechanics down. Try to make every repetition as perfect as you can. My partner and I will demonstrate. My partner makes the attack. I make my defense. I make my takeaway. Once I make my takeaway, I make the attack. My partner makes the defense. My partner makes the takeaway. Maybe we rotate a little bit. Here comes the attack again. Bum, 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 bum. I make the takeaway, and then I attack my partner. We go back and forth like that, nice and slow, a few times. But my best defense against a weapon is a better weapon. Today I'm going to use this pen as my superior weapon. When you're dealing with a weapon, when you're armed with a weapon, you may find that you have less steps. When you're open hand, right, no weapons, we talked about the 4 steps. We talked about redirecting, countering, controlling, and making a takeaway. Now armed with a weapon, I may have less steps to accomplish the same goal of getting away safely. The first thing we're going to talk about is your stance. When you're armed with a weapon, you're going to keep the weapon on your strong side. My strong leg is going to be forward. Typically in our fighting stance, we keep our strong side back, but now I have a weapon. I want to present that weapon, so my strong leg is in front, my hand is in front, and I'm going to angle that weapon. Just maybe at a 45-degree angle. My opposite hand is up. Remember, you can also use the rest of your body. You don't just have to rely on the weapon. Now that I'm in this position, if my opponent does nothing at all, I have even less steps, right? If I have an opening, I immediately counter, and I don't have to worry about blocking anything. I just make my attacks and I escape. However, it could be that my partner, my opponent, is also looking to make attacks with her weapon. The attacks, we're gonna break it down into 7 components. We have 3 attacks when I'm on the live side. So 3 attacks circular, bam, 1, maybe the next one is to the middle, maybe the next one is a little bit upward, right? These are me facing the live side. We have 3 attacks on the dead side. There's 1, there's 2 in the middle, and there's a 3rd one, and maybe there's an attack where it comes straight in. So let's cover the live side attacks first. With my weapon in my hand, the first thing we're gonna do is look to block, and now I'm immediately gonna look to counter. When the attack is in the middle, same thing. Look to block, and now look to make your counters. And obviously, I'm sure you get it now, when the attack is low to high, same thing. I look to block, and I make my counters. You're gonna notice that in each one of these 3, I am on the live side. Our center line is facing each other. The attack is coming circular. I am blocking, I'm still live side, and now I enter live side, and I make my counters. The next set of 3 is going to be on the dead side. My attacker makes a backhand swing towards me. I make my block, and now I make my counters. Again, I can use my open hand as well, right? When it comes towards the center, no mystery here. I make my block, bomb, bomb, bomb. I make my counters. And if it comes just a little lower, I make my block, and I make my counters. So that's 3 to the inside. To the left side, go Noemi. Those are my 3. Bam, bam. Noemi's going to demonstrate. Help me demonstrate 2, right? This is my live side, my dead side. Go Noemi. Bam, bam. And we have the others on the dead side as well, right? So 3 on the live side, 3 on the dead side. I mentioned there are 7. Here's the 7th one. The 7th one could be coming straight in. Depending on the angle, I may be able to redirect and strike. So again, live side. But I may have a funky redirection that I need to make. When the angle is, and when I can't determine the angle, it may be best for me to rotate out, flick out, so that I redirect the incoming strike, and then I can make my additional counters. Now that we worked unarmed defenses and armed defenses, we're going to try to blend it in. I start with an armed attack. My partner is unarmed. Here's her defense. Bam, bam. She takes it away. Now it's her turn, except I pick that up. Bam, bam, bam. And I make my defense. maybe I put it back down and we go free hand now, or empty hand, and then switching back and forth between me and my partner working. Defenses against the stick attack, free hand, and armed. Cool, so you can flow back and forth with your partner. Again, go slow at the beginning, there's no reason to go really fast. Just try to work your techniques, try to get the precision right, try to make every technique as perfect as you can. Okay, that's your drill for today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. See you back next time. Bang! Oh, Dad! I'm so sorry. Oh, no, Amy, what? Oh. Whenever we're dealing with an armed attack, we have basically 4 steps that we want to get through. When I'm armed with a weapon, I would like to keep my weapon in my forward hand. This is my strong side. This is where I want my weapon. My forward leg is in front. My weapon is in front.
Sorry, guys.
I make my redirection. I deliver my counter. I enter. I gain good level of control.
What are you guys doing? Dude, come on.
Alessia, we're filming.